Chapter 7 is one of the most thought-provoking parts of Many Lives, Many Masters. Rather than focusing primarily on Catherine's memories of past lives, this chapter explores what she describes as the state between incarnations, a peaceful spiritual realm where the soul rests, reflects, and prepares for its next stage of growth. These ideas are presented as Catherine's experiences during hypnosis and Dr. Weiss's observations. They are spiritual beliefs, not established scientific conclusions. A journey beyond physical life. During one of Catherine's hypnosis sessions, she moves beyond the memories of a past lifetime and begins describing what happens after physical death. Instead of fear or darkness, she speaks of entering a calm and peaceful state where she no longer feels pain, anxiety, or attachment to the physical body. She describes this realm as a place filled with peace, understanding, and clarity. In this state, the soul is no longer limited by physical needs or emotions. According to her account, it becomes easier to understand the meaning of experiences that seemed confusing while living on Earth. For Dr. Weiss, these descriptions are unlike anything he has encountered in traditional psychiatry. He listens carefully, records the sessions, and continues observing without immediately accepting or rejecting what Catherine is saying. The soul's review. A major theme of the chapter is the idea that the soul reflects on its previous life after death. Catherine describes this process not as a judgment handed down by an outside authority, but as a personal review. In this review, the soul considers questions such as: what lessons were learned? Where did love and compassion grow? Which fears remained unresolved? Which opportunities for kindness or forgiveness were missed? The emphasis is on learning rather than punishment. According to the book's spiritual perspective, every lifetime becomes an opportunity to understand oneself more deeply. Guidance from the Masters. Catherine also speaks about advanced spiritual beings called the Masters. She describes them as wise teachers who guide souls with patience and compassion. The Masters do not force decisions or condemn mistakes. Instead, they encourage learning and growth. They help souls understand why certain experiences occurred and what lessons can be carried forward into future lives. Throughout the chapter, the Masters emphasize that wisdom develops gradually. Every soul progresses at its own pace, and comparison with others has little meaning because each individual follows a unique path. The purpose of human life. One of the chapter's central ideas is that life has a deeper purpose than material achievement. According to the teachings presented in the book, people often spend much of their lives pursuing money, recognition, or status. While these things may have practical value, they are not described as the true measure of success. Instead, spiritual growth comes from qualities such as love, compassion, patience, forgiveness, honesty, humility, service to others. The Masters suggest that these qualities remain with the soul long after earthly achievements are left behind. Why difficult experiences exist. Another important discussion concerns suffering. The Masters explain that painful experiences are not necessarily punishments. Instead, they may become opportunities for growth. According to the spiritual framework presented in the chapter, loss can teach compassion. Failure can build resilience. Illness may deepen appreciation for life. Conflict can create opportunities for forgiveness. Fear can encourage courage. This does not mean suffering is enjoyable or should be sought. Rather, the chapter suggests that difficult experiences may hold lessons that become clear only with time. Healing through understanding. Dr. Weiss continues noticing remarkable improvements in Catherine's emotional health. When she first entered therapy, she struggled with severe anxiety, panic attacks, nightmares, fear of water, fear of choking, fear of darkness, fear of death. As the sessions continue, many of these symptoms become less intense. Whether the improvement comes from literal past life memories, symbolic experiences, or another psychological process, Dr. Weiss recognizes that the therapeutic effect is real for Catherine. This observation becomes increasingly important to him because his primary responsibility as a psychiatrist is helping his patient recover. Dr. Weiss's changing perspective. Throughout the chapter, Dr. Weiss undergoes his own transformation. At the beginning of Catherine's treatment, he approached every session strictly through the lens of modern psychiatry. Now he finds himself asking deeper questions. Could consciousness extend beyond what science currently understands? Are there dimensions of memory that remain unexplained? Why is Catherine improving so dramatically? He does not abandon scientific thinking. Instead, he becomes more open-minded while remaining cautious. This balance between skepticism and curiosity becomes one of the defining features of the book. Relationships and spiritual growth. The chapter also suggests that relationships play an essential role in the soul's development. According to Catherine's experiences, every important relationship teaches something valuable. Some people teach love. Others teach patience. Some relationships are joyful. Others are painful. Yet each encounter contributes to personal growth. From this perspective, even difficult people may become important teachers because they challenge individuals to develop compassion, forgiveness, and emotional maturity. The importance of patience. The masters repeatedly stress patience. People often want immediate answers or quick solutions to life's problems. The masters suggest that true growth happens gradually. Some lessons require years. Others may require an entire lifetime, or, according to the book's beliefs, several lifetimes. Therefore, individuals should avoid becoming discouraged when progress feels slow. Living without fear. Another powerful message in this chapter concerns fear. If the soul continues beyond physical death, as described in Catherine's experiences, then death itself becomes less frightening. This perspective encourages people to focus less on fear and more on living meaningful, compassionate lives. Instead of worrying constantly about endings, the chapter suggests appreciating each opportunity to learn, love, and help others. Dr. Weiss's reflection. By the end of Chapter 7, Dr. Weiss realizes that Catherine's therapy has changed not only her life but also his own. He entered the treatment hoping to relieve one patient's suffering. Instead, he finds himself questioning long-held assumptions about consciousness, healing, and the nature of existence. Although he still does not claim definitive proof for the spiritual ideas presented, he recognizes that Catherine's recovery cannot be easily dismissed. This realization encourages him to continue exploring these extraordinary experiences with both scientific curiosity and personal humility.